So it's still just the day of the Chelsea-Arsenal game, in which Chelsea lost to Arsenal 2-1 at the Emirates, which is always a nice thing to have to sit through, you know. Where to begin? I don't think we played terrible for the most part. Don't get me wrong. We had our stretches of being bad, but I don't think overall we played a dreadful game. Sanchez thinking he's prime Ronaldinho was probably my biggest annoyance of today. On top of the 2 goals that he conceded, the first one we can kind of argue wasn't exactly his fault. It took a dodgy deflection. It is what it is. You can't really say much about them ones, but hey ho, we move. The second one. Now, I played goalkeeper Sunday League between the ages of like 6 to 12, 13. Even I know his positioning was dog water. Dog water. His whole performance today was piss poor. He made one admittedly really good save. I think it was Eze in the 80-something minute. Really good save, admittedly. But him today was terrible, man. Terrible. And that's the problem I feel like with this Chelsea team. This is the biggest problem. It's like one major part of the team will not perform. Everyone else will be somewhat putting in their shift, and one major part, whether that be the offensive three, the front three, the defense, the one part of that team will not perform. And today it was Sanchez. I don't understand how you're playing against Arsenal, who you know are a good squad. You know they're good. They're not top of the reason for no reason. Top of the league for no reason. You know what I mean? And you're coming out toe tapping the ball around their striker. You're gonna get caught out, and he very nearly did, 3 times. 3 times. And it took Trevor Chalobah shouting and screaming at him for him to stop. And even then he didn't stop, because the backline then started to do it. The backlines then started to toe tap around, not clearing the ball, just trying to give Arsenal the ball by the looks of things. But Sanchez was piss poor today. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. How he tried to claim a foul for that second goal is just embarrassing. It's dreadful. It wasn't a foul. Watching it in live time, the normal speed, normal time, wasn't a foul. Nowhere near a foul. Watching the replay was just embarrassing. And then you got Pedro Neto getting yellow carded for arguing with the ref for whatever reason, I do not know. But that just seems to be the thing that we're doing at the minute. Is just arguing with the referee. And then 2.5 minutes later getting sent off for a stupid tackle. Don't get me wrong, he was beat by Martinelli. He was getting beat down that wing. Had he not received a yellow card 2.5 minutes earlier, for absolutely nothing, that's a perfect foul to take. You take that. Cole Palmer took one up the pitch 5 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, for the exact same thing. Brought down, I can't remember who it was. I want to say Timber, but I can't actually remember. When, from a Chelsea corner, Rayo went to throw the ball out on a counter-attack. That stopped the counter-attack. That's a good foul. He didn't get booked by the ref 2 minutes earlier for screaming absolute nonsense for no reason. So Pedro Neto's in my bad books today, as well as Sanchez. But before that, I didn't think we were bad. The first half, we didn't come out great. We didn't look terrible, but we weren't great. Then Arsenal scored. And you're like, here we go. Here we go. Same old story as the past, 4 games we've played against them. We come out playing a sort of defensive hold the ball sort of football. Not even hold the ball because we didn't have the ball that long, but sort of like a defensive, cautious sort of not going for it sort of team. Then Arsenal score and we carry on playing that football. We got lucky. Admittedly, Reece James, man of the match. Player of the season, in fact. Fuck it. Let's go out. Let's go all out. Player of the season. But definitely today, Chelsea's man of the match. That first corner, where I think it was, I can't even remember the man's name. Hincapi? I can't actually remember how to pronounce his name. Something like that. Didn't go for the ball. The ball bounced off the post and went out for a goal kick. Put the ball in the danger zone. Second corner. Hincapi gets his head on it. Own goal. Brilliant. My favourite player right now. Own goal. Then the second half we come out and we look good. We looked good. We looked really good, in fact. We were putting it on Arsenal. We were putting the pressure on. And then we go and concede a goal from a corner and it's... Do you know what? You can argue all you want about, oh, so-and-so didn't get a head onto it, la, la, la. Sanchez, what is that positioning, brother? What is that position? That was just gormless goalkeeping. Absolutely just piss poor. And then, like I said already, I'm not going over it again, but the Pedro Neto, you hit red card, yellow card, then second yellow. And then 5-10 minutes later, you've got Enzo doing the exact same thing, a vice captain of the team, arguing with the referee. Don't get me wrong. Was it a bit of a hit or miss foul? Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. But Pedro didn't react like that. I understand you're frustrated, but the second you start showing that frustration to your opponent is the moment you lose. It's ridiculous. And just picking the ball up off the floor, he didn't even kick the ball away, picked the ball up off the floor and threw it down in front of the referee, directly in front of the referee. Like, fix up. I understand you're young. You're a millionaire. You're paid fucking whatever a week. You're a bit spoiled here or there, whatever. I don't care. Don't show that you're frustrated. Even if you are, I don't care. And after that Pedro Neto, I think that was what annoyed me the most about this game, was you just see Pedro Neto get a yellow card and then a second yellow for a tackle there. He kind of somewhat had to make dodgy decision. Not from the referee by any means. It's just definite yellow card, definite sending off. But from the perspective of Pedro Neto, it's like you're kind of stuck between, do I make this challenge, do I not? Make the challenge, yellow card. Like I said, if you didn't get the yellow card beforehand, perfectly fine, take it. But then you put yourself in the exact same position. Ridiculous. No game changers today either. Cole Palmer played an absolute dog shit of a game. Caicedo played okay. Much better defensively than he was offensively, but he was in Declan Rice's pocket most of the game, so you can't even argue with that. Andre Santos, I think, was barely involved. Who else even is there? Pedro Neto, the less said about him, the better at the minute. Who was even out on the left? So I can't even remember. I'll be honest, it slipped my mind. I generally don't remember. But then Pedro Neto, again, it's like he's trying to work with nothing. I feel bad for him. I do. Put that man in that Arsenal team and he's scoring goals. But... And then 10 minutes left. 5-10 minutes left, whatever it was. Chelsea throw the kitchen sink, as per Gary Neville. Delap and Garnacho come on. That's Chelsea throwing the fucking sink in a London derby against Arsenal. Top of the league Arsenal. While challenging for a Champions League spot. Top of the league Arsenal, Delap and Garnacho. £2 billion spent, might I add, over the past 4 years, 3-4 years, whatever it is. £2 billion spent, and you're throwing the kitchen sink with Garnacho and Delap. I think that says about all. But Garnacho had a shot, more of a cross, but it was a shot nonetheless. Great save by Raya. Liam Delap had a chance to cross the ball in. Guess what he done? Sprinted forward, or staring at his feet, staring at his own feet, and then ran into trouble, and then didn't know what to do with it, and then made a foul, a stupid foul. But what can you do? Really, what can you do when the owners like Blueco spend £2 billion and this is the best we have? This is the best, and it's embarrassing because you have fans saying, "Oh, I'd love for my club to spend £2 billion." Not on what we fucking spent it on, you wouldn't. It's embarrassing because we've still got that hanging over us now. We spent £2 billion. We're barely challenging for the Champions League. If we get Europa League next season, we'll be lucky. It's an embarrassment. Blueco itself, as a football running team, or as a team running a football team, is embarrassing. It's a joke. But hey ho, Aston Villa next week. I'm actually not sure whether that's home or away. Probably should have checked that beforehand, but hey ho. Aston Villa next week. I don't see us getting a result out of that game either. Especially now we've got no one on the right wing. Who are we going to play? Garnacho. Embarrassing. But hey ho, we'll see. We'll see.